y'all. So starting out, these are the things that you're going to need. Right now, my hair is like extremely dry. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to hop straight in and I'm going to start off with some water just to moisturize my hair. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with a leave-in. And this leave-in is by Mizani. It's their 25 Miracle Milk and it's amazing. I'm also going to use some of this S-Curl No Drip because I like the extra moisture that it gives me. And then I'm gonna blow dry. Alright y'all, so I'm back and this is what my hair looks like blown. The reason why I blow dried it is because I want to be able to have a little bit more length so that I can grasp it when I'm using the rubber bands. I am going to be using some rubber bands, just some regular black rubber bands, using some Style Factor Edge Control, and I'm going to take some apricot oil using that, and I'm just going to dip these rubber bands in there so that it's not as drying to the hair. Rubber bands, put some apricot oil in a lid of this, take the rubber bands, dip them in there, and while I am parting out my hair and sectioning, they'll be sitting in there. Alright y'all, so this is the hair that I'm going to be using. I'm using two different brands and 3 different types of hair. So the first hair that I'm using is by the brand Janet Collection. It's their Nolia Tress, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put it in the camera close so y'all can see it. It's in the color 30. And it is long and ghetto, just how I like it. It's 24 inches. And this one is a 1B30, and it's by the brand Femi Collection Lovage. These are a whopping 18. These ones that we're gonna be using are by the brand Nolia Tress. This is in the color 613. I'm excited about these, and these are 24 inches, you know, long and ghetto. I'm going to go in with the 1B30 just to diffuse it a little bit, just to, you know, make it look a little bit more natural. So I'm gonna go with the 1B30 around my hairline, and then I'll throw the 30 all in there, and the 613 will go straight here in this part. I took my rubber band that's dipped in oil and I just made a small ponytail here. I only wrapped it around a few times. Not too tight because you don't want it to be too tight because of the tension, and you don't want it to be too tight because it's going to be hard to crochet the actual lock through. Yes, I can already tell this is going to be lit. I can already tell. So the entire head is done with the exception of these 2 locks right here in the front, and it's kind of tight because I did the wrapping method, which I'm about to show you guys. So as you can see, I have my 2 little puff balls here that have not had any hair crocheted into them yet. I'm gonna show y'all what I did. I took my crochet needle. It is open right now. I'm going to go into this little part, crochet the needle in while the latch is still open. I'm gonna let her sit in there for a second. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, these locks are not the easiest to crochet by any means. One, because the loop is so small, and when you start to stretch out the loop, it gets really distressed looking and not like in a good way. I'm just taking the loop and I'm stretching it out as much as I can. And then the reason why I say it's hard is because when you stretch it out, it bunches up here and it makes this portion, let me bring it in. When you stretch the hole out, it bunches up in this area right here, making it completely difficult for you to feed that through a part or a space this small. So what I've been doing is I will stretch the hole out. The bunched up piece that's right here, I'll bring it down some just so it's not as thick, and try to even out that section so that it's not super thick, so it's easier to feed through. And I'm going to, the needle is open, as you guys can see. The needle is open right there. I'm going to go ahead and latch that onto the needle, and then I'm going to close the needle, and then I'm going to feed that through underneath here. So you see how if it was really thick right there, it would have been super hard to feed that through. So now I'm going to go like right about this section. The needle's open again. And then I'm going to close the needle, and then I'm going to feed that hair through this loop. Oops. So now that I've fed that hair through the loop, I'm being careful not to stress the lock any more than it already is. And now I have that ponytail, so I'm going to pull the rest of the lock through underneath that rubber band. And now I have it secured. So now it's crocheted in there. And now what I'm going to do is take some of my wrapping hair. And to be totally honest, you guys, I didn't even buy the right color hair for this style, for this. I brought the 613 hair, but I didn't buy the right hair for this. So what I ended up using was this V8910. This is that one pack only Afro twist hair. And it is like an ombre. So it was perfect for me to do this. And the hair is just like this. And I cut it in half. And you can see the ends are still curly. And then I just kind of fray the hair a little bit so that it can get more coverage around the root of this. So now I'm going to position the lock back up, because remember we pushed it down so it was looking all loose like. So now we're going to push the lock back up into its place. The rest of the lock back up into its place so that it doesn't look super crazy. Now that we have this hair and this hair, we're going to combine these two hairs together. I'm holding both the lock and the rubber band and my hair. And I'm going to take some of this hair right here, the wrapping hair, and I'm going to leave just a piece of it out so that I have something to work with on the ends. And the rest of it I'm just going to take and wrap around the lock. I think for me, I'm going to start a little bit above this knot because I put a knot there. But I don't mind the knot being there because it kind of looks natural with the with these type of locks. And I'm trying to make sure that I cover up the rubber band. That's really the only thing that I'm trying to make sure that I cover up. Everything else, because my hair, hence the reason I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair so that it can match this, so that even if I left a little piece of my hair out, it would blend with the lock and it wouldn't look super sus. Alright, so the end that we left out, this is how we're going to wrap that continuously. So you can't wrap no more. Alright. And then I'm just going to give it a little rub together. And then I'm going to try to push the lock hair that's here back up as well. Alright. This is the part that we're working with. And we're going to crochet this bad boy in there. So again, we're going to open the loop up a little bit larger than it already is because it's small. We have our crochet needle in the open position. We're going to take it and go underneath the rubber band, come out the other side, loop that hair into that hook, close the hook, bring that hair, let me push this hair down son. Bring that hair, close the hook, bring that hair through underneath. And then I'm going to go back up anywhere in the lock. I prefer to go closer to the root. That way I don't have to pull all of this lock through and the potential of it getting tangled. So I'm going to go here, close the latch hook, bring the lock through. And once she is through, I'm going to pull her tautly at the root so she's there. little ponytail. So now I'm just going to take a little bit more of this hair. It comes in little clumps already, so all I do is just free the hair out a little. And then I'm going to line this up with the lock. I have my hair, the lock, and the rubber band all together. And then I'm going to leave just a little piece of the bottom out while taking the other portion and wrapping it around the base of the lock. Trying to ensure that I'm covering the rubber band. Give it a twirl. Push this hair up. And bam, there you have it. Alright, y'all. Your girl is done. Done. So, alright, y'all. This is what it's looking like now. I'm going to add some oil to my scalp. And then I'm going to beat face, you know, accessorize and get cute because we going outside.